Hello. Thanks to a large area of high pressure becoming increasingly widespread across Europe, the weather prospects are looking a good deal quieter for the majority in the coming days. The high, though, will feed some chillier air into Eastern Europe. However, it will block a lot of the low pressure centres that have been rolling in to the northwest, bringing very wet and windy conditions. So quieter for parts of northern France, the Low Countries, Germany and much of the UK. Still somewhat unsettled towards the far northwest, though, across Scandinavia. Sunshine for Greece and Turkey on Thursday, a bit more in the way of cloud across Hungary. Low pressure to the south of the Med, making things quite windy for Sicily, Sardinia and the Balearics, maybe bringing the odd shower here. Sunshine, though, across Portugal and Spain and for much of France, but some thicker cloud, particularly focusing towards the north coast, also affecting the Low Countries and wrapping around the remnants of an area of low pressure across towards the Baltic states. But as you can see, generally sunshine becoming the dominant element in the weather across Europe through the latter part of the week. Increasingly mild in the west, those temperatures in the east still a few degrees down, particularly on the highs we saw last week. But overall, plenty of sunshine in our outlooks for London, Paris, Madrid and Rome through the next 5 days. Further east, we're also looking at some warmer weather heading towards Moscow and Kiev. Hello. Historic flooding still remains one of the major news stories coming out of the US at the moment, affecting the Missouri and Mississippi valleys. We will see further rain heading into both of these valleys through the course of the next 24 hours as low pressure rolls towards the Midwest, bringing some snow around the Great Lakes and rain on this trailing weather front, but nothing like the intensity of the low we saw last week. Snowmelt continues probably to be the biggest contributor to the flooding situation. Looking at some stormier weather, though, for the Carolinas on Wednesday, and this low pushing in from the Pacific promises some heavy rain for California. For Western Canada, a lot of sunshine at the moment and some pretty impressive temperatures in the coming days, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius above average values for the likes of Calgary. Wet weather for California on Wednesday, turning into snow as that system rolls into the central Great Basin through Thursday and Friday. Some pretty significant snow at that. Some rain getting in to San Francisco for the end of the week. Further east and a closer look at what's going on for the Carolinas. Some pretty heavy rain here on Wednesday. The weather front sitting further west. Still some showers affecting southernmost parts of Florida, but the prognosis here is for things to become drier in the coming few days. And in terms of the outlook, well, New York looking pretty wet along with Montreal in the next few days, and temperatures here somewhat on the low side. Hello. The northern half of South America is no stranger to intense thunderstorms at this time of year. Certainly that's what we've been seeing in recent days. It's reflected very nicely in our satellite picture. More heavy rain for Peru and Colombia in the coming 24 hours too, but increasingly so for Paraguay also. Further south, and we've actually got cooler air pushing up from the south of the continent into northern Argentina and Uruguay, and there will be some drier conditions here. A closer look, though, at the heavy showers. As is always the nature with showers, the rain can be somewhat intermittent, but if anything, I think it's likely to be more persistent across northern Brazil and for parts of Paraguay on Wednesday. Basically, the showers merging into persistent spells of rain. Sunshine further south for southern Chile and for Paraguay. In terms of our outlook, Rio de Janeiro looking pretty showery until at least the end of the weekend. Buenos Aires with that dip in temperatures initially, but then back up into the mid-20s for Saturday. Central America looking rather gusty around the Gulf of Mexico, also cloudy, murky and showery thanks to a tail end of a weather system affecting the US. That same weather system also feeding some showers into Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, perhaps a few for Jamaica in the next few days as well. Some heavier downpours also possible for Costa Rica. Still, though, a lot of sunshine to be found in places across this region as well, of course. Hello. Tropical cyclone Idai has resulted in some devastating damage to parts of Mozambique, Malawi and Zimbabwe. What's left of that system is now a rather organised area of showers, if you like, pulling out back towards the Mozambique coast. However, we are still at the peak of the rainy season in this part of the world, so more heavy showers are likely in this region in the coming days. To the north of the continent, low pressure sitting in the Mediterranean is going to feed some heavier rain into northern Tunisia and Algeria, along with some gusty winds through the next 48 hours. Some showers possible for Johannesburg. We also saw some very heavy rain further north in South Africa for KwaZulu-Natal, part of that storm system's effects. I think here at least some slightly drier prospects in the coming days. A few showers for Kinshasa, Casablanca, still picking up plenty of sunshine. For the Middle East, as low pressure rolls away, clearing skies across Iraq and eventually Iran. Still a few showers to the north here on Thursday. For Saudi Arabia, plenty of sunshine and generally around the Gulf as well. Typically light winds, perhaps just something a little stronger running into southern Saudi Arabia, picking up some dust and sand for a time, a little bit more moisture feeding into the coast of Yemen. But overall, a pretty fair picture through this part of the world in the coming days. Still a few showers though possible in Q8. Hello. Northeastern India has been hit by some fairly intense thunderstorms in the last 24 hours or so, particularly to the far northeast across the likes of Assam and Meghalaya, and the storms tracking across parts of Bangladesh. That risk is going to move just a little bit further south as we go through the next 24 hours into the likes of Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. Similar prognosis, gusty winds, possible hail and thunder, and some locally very heavy falls of rain. Again, some heavier showers targeting Sri Lanka in the coming days too, perhaps a few making their way towards the Maldives. As we head further north, there's plenty of sunshine across Kazakhstan, a temperature of 3 degrees in Astana in that bright weather. Coming down, the temperatures for Tashkent in the mid-teens after the mid-20s in the last week or so. Plenty of sunshine takes us into the northwest of India and across the Western Ghats. As I said, we could just see a bit more cloud occasionally rolling towards the Maldives, bringing some showers, some possibly very intense downpours for parts of Sri Lanka, the heavier rain targeting the northeast of India once again. As for the outlook, more sunshine from Mumbai and Dhaka in the coming days. Patchy cloud running across Islamabad, Colombo never too far away from some pretty intense downpours. After that dip in temperatures back up into the 20s for Tashkent for Sunday and Monday. Hello. Heavy rain has already caused problems with flooding across eastern Indonesia, southern regions of Papua New Guinea in recent days. Looks like we could see some enhanced showers here too, thanks to the outer bands of Tropical Cyclone Veronica in the next few days. Further north, we're waiting for quite a deep area of low pressure to develop, which will affect Vladivostok, Hokkaido and the northeast of China Thursday, Friday, bringing widespread gales and perhaps 20 to 40 centimetres of snow to some areas. So blizzard conditions here, some really heavy rain for central China on the tail end of that weather system. And here are the showers as we head further south, affecting many parts of Indonesia, but with that potential for some more relentless rain again in the east. Here's your outlook for Osaka. Temperatures coming down as we see that weather system pulling through. Sunshine for Beijing and some warmth returning by Sunday and Monday. For Australia, while Veronica pulling away from the northwest but to the northeast, we've seen Trevor rolling across the Cape York Peninsula. That will track towards Arnhem Land in the coming days. More hefty showers through the east coast. New Zealand, though, still clinging on to high pressure. We'll see a weather front trying to make inroads into the south of the South Island on Thursday, but overall plenty more sunshine to come here in the next few days and some decent warmth as well. It remains fair for Wellington all the way through into the start of the next week.